Hello, am I audible? Am I audible? Professor Sagal?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good
Good
evening to
evening.
all. Sir, you are not audible.
I am not audible?
Audible, sir, audible.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Audible,
you
sir.
are audible. Sorry,
Okay,
my speaker was
Audible,
off. You
okay,
are
okay.
audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, how many participants are there, sir, in this program?
Sir, in this program, total 175 delegates had registered
Very nice.
from all across India,
Very nice.
including states of Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, NCR, and Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram,
Okay, so pan
and
India, pan India.
Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and many other states as well.
Very nice. Very.
But 50 persons could not join due to one or the other reason, and 125 persons they have been very regular in attending this meeting.
Very nice. Very nice. So, I can see Tarun Preet also. Very good. Okay.
Yes. He is also here as a attendee, sir.
Participant. Okay, okay. Very nice.
Yes.
So, should we start, sir, then?
Yes, sir.
In fact, I'll
Uh,
introduce myself as I discussed with Professor Sagal and also requested Dr. Sethu also that I'll introduce myself. So, dear participants, I am Professor Ankush Anand. I'm a professor in mechanical engineering at School of Mechanical Engineering at Shri Mata Vaishno Devi University, Katra, Jammu and Kashmir. So, my basic area is design. So, since this area is of biomaterials rather, so I prefer to deliver a talk on selection of biomaterials for some bio applications, right? Because when we say biomaterial selection or bio application, it is very much closer to something known as the area of tribology or biotribology. So let me give you some my brief introduction. So this is something that I have been currently. So I am currently working there in the university for the last more than 20 years. So this is my 21st year in the university. So just
Sir, I think your network is not working. You are not audible now.
am I audible now, Professor Sagal? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible now.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now the thing is, I have worked basically in the area of design, right? So in design, I have worked in the area of risk mitigation. Then I have also worked in the area of materials. And when we say materials, it is basically in the area of materials and tribology. So I believe that since this FDP is on materials, so some of the speakers might have talked about tribology and what are different tribo aspects. So with this consideration only, I'll be moving ahead while delivering a talk on selection of biomaterials, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just sharing my PPT. Just my sharing my PPT. Just a minute. Professor Sagal, please make me host so that I can share my PPT or co-host rather. Just a minute.
Sir, you are already the co-host and
अच्छा
you are
ठीक
now the presenter also. You can share your PPT.
हाँ हाँ ठीक है मैं भी कर रहा हूँ हाँ, Am I audible, Professor Sehgal? Am I audible? Hello, dear participants, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good
You are
evening.
audible.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Audible, sir.
I'm
Okay,
Audible, sir.
okay.
Audible.
Just bear with me for a while. I'm
yes,
just
sir.
trying to
Uh,
I'm just trying to share it, but I think why it is not happening. Share content. Uh, Sagal, I'm doing one thing. I'm sharing my file with you. Can you show it from your end? Because I think from here it is not working. Uh, hello.
Yes, sir. You please your file to me on WhatsApp. You can send it on WhatsApp.
अदरवाइज इसमें भी ऑप्शन होता है ना शेयर करने का.
Yes, इसमें भी होता है सर.
हाँ वेबएक्स तो हम भी यूज करते हैं बट
शेयर का बटन होगा इसमें कोई.
कौन सा बटन सर?
शेयर वाला बटन होगा.
हाँ शेयर कंटेंट आ रहा है बट ओके.
उसमें फिर आप
हाँ बोलो.
select करो. Yes, now your screen is visible to us. Your mobile screen is visible to us now. So now your WhatsApp is visible. PPT file is visible now. It has opened, sir. It is fine, visible, and you can click on the slideshow. I think you will have to first download it on. You are able to see those three dots. Yes, now it is visible in the slideshow mode. Sir, your slide is visible, but we are not able to hear your voice. I don't know whether your speaking or not.
Uh, just bear with me, sir. We'll do one thing. Just bear with me. Just a minute. Sir, आवाज आ रही है आप मेरी?
हाँ जी सर, आवाज आ रही है.
I I'll do one thing, sir. साइकिल साहब, मैं आपके साथ अपनी पीपीटी शेयर करता हूँ.
Yes.
आप उस एंड से चलाइए पीपीटी. फाइन.
Okay, fine sir.
मैं अभी
Fine.
आपको व्हाट्सएप कर रहा हूँ. अभी कर रहा हूँ.
Please send sir.
ये व्हाट्सएप किया मैंने आपको. Did you get it, sir? मिली आपको?
Yes sir, I have received the file.
जी जी जी. Sir, if you can share from your end, then I think
Yes, yes sir, I am trying to open it, but my laptop is an older one. I think the
अच्छा सर, कहाँ
file
पे
is not,
आप मुझे बता दीजिए. मैं करता हूँ. इन शेयर
it is
कंटेंट,
not recognized.
शेयर डिवाइस ऑडियो. ओके.
Sony slot, I have sent you a file. Can you open it on your laptop? Sony,
Yes,
am I
sir.
audible to you?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Your voice is audible. I'm sharing the PPT of Dr. Ankush, sir.
हाँ हाँ सोनी जी, आप कर
Yes,
दीजिए.
please do.
आप
Yes,
कर
sir.
दीजिए.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Professor Ankush Anand, sir. I'm a co-host
ठीक
of
है,
this
आप कर
meeting.
दीजिए.
Yes, sir.
आप शेयर कीजिए, मैं यहाँ से बोलूंगा.
Yes, sir. Please,
Okay.
please.
Okay, participants, in the meantime, can anyone tell me what is your understanding about biomaterials so far? Or rather, what is the need for biomaterials? Because we have a wide variety of materials available before this scientists, engineers, designers, researchers. So what is the need for biomaterials? Any participant? I am told that a large number of participants are there.
Evening, sir.
Yes, please.
So the biomaterials are basically used for implants purpose. Like in my field, I belong to pharmacy field. These are the biocompatible material which can be used for like orthopedics, dentist as a implant, hip implant and all. So these are not toxic and these do not corrode in the biological fluid. So that is the basic requirement for biomedical aspect.
Very nice, very nice. So biomaterials are basically those which are something which are to be implanted into the human articular system. So when we say human articular system, it means the human body. So the most important requirement for biomaterial to be developed is biocompatibility or biotoxicity. So either you call it biocompatible or you call it bio non-toxic. So it means it should have minimum or zero toxic harm rate, because when we are injecting, when we are introducing this material into the body, means into the fluid inside the body, then it should not have any impact or rather any toxic reaction with the body. Why? Because if God forbids any chemical change takes place inside the body by introducing this biomaterial in the form of some implant, then it is very likely that some problem or some reaction takes place inside the body and the patient is likely to suffer. So ecotoxicity or biocompatibility, most important aspect of biomaterial selection. Because The thing is, there are a wide variety of biomaterials that are available before the designers. But which material to select, how to select? So there has to be some. So can you please scroll down the slide, please? Can you go to the second slide?
Yes, sir. Just I want to try to start the slideshow actually.
And share the entire screen. Then I
Okay,
think you will be able to show the slideshow also. You first stop sharing.
yes, sir.
Now
Participants,
you click.
otherwise my voice is audible clearly?
Yes, sir, you are clearly audible.
ठीक है, then it's
Yes,
good.
Sony, now you click on yes, your entire screen is visible. Now
हाँ.
you go to the slideshow.
Second slide, yes, second slide.
Go to the slideshow.
Yes, sir. It is visible,
Yes,
sir.
now it is
जी जी
perfectly
आप
fine.
चलिए, हाँ चलिए
Slideshow is okay.
चलिए आगे. Yes. So in today's competitive world, the designers and engineers are under tremendous pressure in the design and development of products or system, whether you call it a product or a system, or same applies to your implants also. So your implant is basically a product because that has been designed by someone. So the designers and engineers are under tremendous pressure from companies. So when we say companies, means the manufacturers, those who are developing the biomedical devices for various biomedical application, because worldwide competition among manufacturers and the development of new manufacturing technologies. New manufacturing, when we say new manufacturing technology, means the manufacturing technologies that are involved in the design and development of various products. So those are the new manufacturing technologies. They have contributed in today's competitive situations in the manufacturing environment. So whether you call it manufacturing environment or any design and development environment, it's one and the same thing. So the major issues before designers today are, these are the general, and the same applies to your bio application areas also. So one is sustainable design, means you have to design for something that is green in nature, or that is eco-friendly, or that should have a great that should have a greater value towards the society, toward the environment. It means it should not be toxic, it should be
मैं walk
non-toxic.
करने
Then material conservation, energy conservation, cost. Yes, cost is a very significant factor as far as material development and design is concerned. And then obviously the higher performance means the performance characteristics of any material which is to be implanted, which is to be induced into the human articular system or the human body, right? And safety. When we say maintainability or maintenance, yes, once it is installed, then there is no scope for maintenance or something like that. But in general, it means it should be such that if some uh, if some requirement is there, then it should be self maintainable in nature. So that depends upon the self lubricating properties of the material, right? So a wide number of materials are available. Yes, next please. Yes. So biomaterials and their applications. So generally for biomaterials, we have a large number of materials that are available. So they are generally your polymeric biomaterials. They are used in applications like skin tissue engineering, bone tissue engineering, cartilage tissue, corneal tissue engineering, then cardiovascular or cardiothoracic applications, and then some drug delivery system. This is a general classification of the biomaterials. Now,
Hello, Dr. Ankush, sir, your voice is not audible.
participants, am I not audible?
Now
Any
your
part?
voice is audible, sir.
Okay, okay. Or you can do one thing. Uh, you can take a, you can stop sharing this PPT for a while. The moment it is required, I'll let you know. Probably this may be the reason.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
हाँ है ना, हो सकता है ऐसा हो. Female, woman, because this is something related to your osteoporosis generally, maybe osteoporosis, or maybe there is something known as the synovial fluid. So it is basically the synovial fluid that basically um, you know it starts towards degeneration, so means there is mismatch between the synovial fluid and the bone or the cartilage. So due to this disbalance or mismatch, the patient feels issues with respect to mobility. So the female who basically come across these type of problems, they complain of pain or maybe a restriction in movement or motion. So these are some of the things. So then, based on that, the research and development activities have been carried out by various researchers throughout the world. And you see that for the last nearly 15 years, I would say, because if it is 25, then maybe 2010 or maybe 2010 or 2012, something like that, the process started. Means the bioplant industry, the bioimplant industry. So the bioimplant industry basically boomed like anything. Means there has been a paradigm shift in the design and development of products, and not only this in terms of knee replacement or hip replacement, but for other also, like your cardiovascular valves, or you must have heard about stenting procedures, or maybe your what you call for heart treatment. So a number of such applications are available before the material scientists, or before the these biotribologist or biomedical engineers. So they are basically generally facing with the issue of selection of material, which material should be selected. So can any participant tell me on what basis the material selection depends? Any participant? Any participant? किन किन चीजों पर मटेरियल सिलेक्शन डिपेंड करती है? सबसे पहली है आपकी मैकेनिकल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. तो मिस्टर सोनी, आवाज आ रही है ना मेरी अब?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
हाँ हाँ.
I would like to answer the question, sir. Actually,
अच्छा, आप ही
mechanical
करिए.
properties and various characteristics. First of all, we have to decide that, na?
यस. सो मैकेनिकल प्रॉपर्टीज में जैसे स्ट्रेंथ है, हार्डनेस है, बट सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट आती है डेंसिटी. क्योंकि जब हम स्पेशली ऑर्थोपेडिक इम्प्लांट की बात करते हैं, तो डेंसिटी ऑफ द मटेरियल, तो बायो मटेरियल डेंसिटी वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बट इन जनरल अगर हम बात करें, देर
Sir, again, your voice is not audible, sir. Hello.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I don't know why it is happening.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So material should not be toxic. So means whatever that we are selecting, that should be non-toxic in nature. Can you please show the slide?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Let me share.
Because I have mentioned here one
Yes, sir. Yes.
structural diagram where you can see that. Next slide. Next slide. Next. एक और चलिए आगे, एक और चलिए, एक और नो मेरे को लगता है पहले होगी वो। आप बैक चलिए, बैक सर, बैक चलिए, बैक। हाँ ये यस दिस वन। नो बैक सर, बैक सर, बैक इसके पीछे नो पीछे, इसके पीछे नो सर, ये नहीं, ऊपर चलिए। आई थिंक थर्ड या फोर्थ स्लाइड होगी वो, थर्ड या फोर्थ स्लाइड। एक और चलिए। नो इसके ऊपर चलिए सर। नो आई थिंक वो एक आया था, एक वो उसमें 4 ऑप्शंस बने हुए हैं। नीचे आइए सर, नीचे एक और चलिए सर। सर चलिए जरा आगे, चलिए और चलिए और चलिए सर, चलिए। हाँ ये वाली यस। So selection of best suitable material for hip joint. Let us say for hip joint if you want to select. So what are the factors? So what are the factors? The basic factors are your mechanical properties that involve your strength, stiffness, and hardness, and other things. But most importantly is your density. Then biocompatibility, tribology, and economical aspects. So these are the 4 major criteria on the basis of which the material selection for any biomaterial takes place. Participants, do you think there can be any other factor which is responsible? Because I have tried to include 4 factors for material selection. Number 1, strength. When we say strength, it is essentially your mechanical characteristics or mechanical properties. Then you have your biocompatibility. I have already explained. In biocompatibility, in bio test करते हैं. There is something known as standard medical test. So if the material or the implant that passes a standard medical test, then only it is approved and then only it can be recommended for the introducing into the human articular system. And then tribology भी आए, because जितने भी हमारे ये bio implants हैं, ये सारे biotribology या tribology के ऊपर base हैं. It means it is something related to your tribos, that is a science of friction, wear and lubrication. इसीलिए तो हम कर क्या रहे हैं, जिसकी घुटने नहीं चलते, जिसकी हड्डियां नहीं चलती, जिसका ये क्या बोलते हैं, ये जो हिप वाला पोर्शन है, हिप रिप्लेसमेंट जिसको करते हैं, तो बेसिकली वी आर making that system tribo we are making that system on the basis of the concept of tribo pair, that is male and female. It means whenever there is some friction, then that friction should not that friction should not be a barrier with respect to the performance of a system. वो आपका घुटना भी हो सकता है, नी भी हो सकती है, आपका हिप हो सकता है, राइट, कोई भी पार्ट हो सकता है आपका। तो इसलिए ट्राइबोलॉजी का कंसेप्ट बहुत है। और इकोनॉमिकल एस्पेक्ट्स, व्हेन वी से इकोनॉमिकल एस्पेक्ट, इट मींस द कॉस्ट इफेक्टिवनेस, बिकॉज affordability by the affordability by the patient, affordability by the customer. We cannot term it as a client, but he or she is a customer or a patient. But while designing, while designing for these things, there are a lot number of things which are to be determined. Suppose if you see at the bottom, some level of materials are available. Let us say four materials. It is not essentially four materials, but there may be any sort of a material, like you may have something known as molybdenum phosphorus, you may have cobalt polycarbonate, then you may have metal on metal, then you may have this cobalt carbon system or something like that. Similarly, you may have a hybrid material called UHMWPE, that is UHMW, ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. So suppose आपके पास 5 7 10 या कितने भी, लेटर से 4 5 भी हैं, तो आप रैंडमली तो कोई मटेरियल सेलेक्ट नहीं करेंगे, राइट? आप रैंडमली कोई मटेरियल सेलेक्ट नहीं करेंगे. इट मींस you need to have something known as some concept, some methodology, so that you can select. So what we have done, this is what actually I have done as a part of my research work long back. We have developed one technique known as graph theory and matrix approach. Graph theory and matrix approach. So what happens, ये जो मैंने आपको पैरामीटर बताए, जैसे इकोटॉक्सिसिटी हो गया, ये तो फैक्टर है ना, स्ट्रेंथ है, बायोकम्पैटिबिलिटी है, ट्राइबोलॉजी है, इकोनॉमिकल एस्पेक्ट है, यानी कि हर एक कैंडिडेट मटेरियल के लिए इन 4 पैरामीटर्स का आपस में इंटर रिलेशनशिप क्या है, आपस में लिंक क्या है, उसको हमें एक्सप्लोर करना है कि क्या आपका रिलेशन स्ट्रांग है, मॉडरेट है, वीक है, या रिलेशन है ही नहीं है.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, sir. I'm
जी बोलिए.
Sir, we have candidates from southern states also. I think they are basically facing in some language issues. So it could be possible for you to.
Okay, so I should communicate in English only, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that will be much much comfortable for me, right?
Apologize, sir.
No, I do understand. Yes, I do understand.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, so the thing is, suppose you have a wide variety of biomaterials, those are available in order to be selected. Then how the ranking, selection or evaluation of biomaterials is carried out? It is on similar lines of material selection for any other engineering application, but since it is a biological system, biomaterial or bioapplication area, so the issue of biocompatibility, that is given the first priority. It means every candidate material which is considered for evaluation or for design or development, that must have very strong biocompatibility criteria or biocompatibility characteristics. Like as I said previously, it should be non-toxic. Then it should not lead to something known as carcinogenesis, right? Or it
Your voice is interrupting between.
again some issues with the voice.
Yes, now it is clear.
Okay, now it is clear. I don't know why it is happening. Okay, but anyways, okay. So one is biocompatibility. Another is your mechanical characteristics. However best the material is, unless and until it is not as per the requirements with respect to strength or density or something, or stiffness or something like that, then that material should not be preferred. That material should not be selected. So these are some of the criteria. Let us say I said mechanical characteristics. So in mechanical characteristics, you have a lot of parameters. You have strength, toughness, hardness, and so on. But my only concern is density from mechanical perspective. Now, from a biocompatibility perspective, bio this is something known as biofriendliness or biocompatibility. So it should have the highest level of biocompatibility. Third is your tribological aspects or biotribological aspects. So tribologically, it should sustain. Tribologically, it should sustain, because whenever an implant, whenever an implant or a tissue or any biomedical device is inserted into the human articular system, then it must sustain for a period of time. Rather, it should have a greater longevity, means extended life or long life of the implant. And then, most importantly, it should be something that is which is within the reach of the common masses, because these are patients. It is not something that you are going for some cosmetic approach. No, it is something that you are basically providing some artificial means, so that our our patients should work in the same manner or to the maximum possible level of comfort which they used to work previously. So it is basically a standby and alternative approach by making use of some material substitution. My voice is clear now?
You are audible.
Okay, good. Okay, can you go to the next? Okay, suppose these
Yes.
were the four materials that were available. Just for example purpose, I have shown. So selection of best suitable material for hip joint implant inside human body. So hip joint implant. So suppose these are the four potential materials, or let us say I have UHMWPE also. So the thing is, which material, which material to select? Yes, somebody wants to say something? Any participant?
ബുക്കൊന്നും വേണ്ട ആളാ. No need books.
Participants, please mute yourself whenever you ask to unmute, then only unmute.
Sure.
Otherwise, you have to keep mute yourself.
Participant, please keep yourself muted unless not required.
What's the winners list?
Yes, Mr. Vipin, please mute yourself. I think some other conversation is going
Grade
on.
1 girls.
Mr. Vipin, okay.
Samyukta SS. 1A, 1B, 1C ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടടി.
Mr. Vipin.
Ankush sir,
Grade 1
give me
boys.
just 2 seconds. I will be mute from this side.
हाँ आप कर दीजिए.
അമുദൻ,
skip it.
പവൻ. ഏതൊക്കെ ഐറ്റം കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളൂ കേട്ടോ? Grade 1 ബോയ്സിന്റെ ഒബ്സ്റ്റക്കിൾ റേസ് കഴിഞ്ഞു, ട്രഷർ ഹണ്ടും കഴിഞ്ഞു, എമറാൾഡ് ടോപ്പാസ് ഒക്കെയാണ്. എമറാൾഡ് സഫയർ ടോപ്പാസ് ഒക്കെയാണ് ഹൗസുകൾ.
See, we all are faculty members. People should have this, basic understanding that if they want to communicate at their end, then they should keep their audio off.
കുഴപ്പമില്ല, 7-11 കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ഹോംവർക്ക് ഉണ്ടോ?
Sir, I'm trying, but I'm not able to.
Learn all D words.
Just
Chapter 4.
Okay, let me see if I can do it. Wait.
Language
Okay, sir.
Hindi, writing.
Dr.
Page number
Wait.
41-42. Textbook.
Just a minute.
Launch worksheet max 25-28 വരെ.
Is it fine now?
I think it is fine, sir. I have also.
Yes. So let us continue now. Yes, Dr. Soni, please, can you again come to the PPT? I want to show the slide.
Yes, sir, just give me 2 seconds. I have reconnected with my internet. I have lost the internet activity.
Okay, doesn't matter. If in the meantime, let me discuss.
Okay, sir.
In the meantime, let me discuss. Right? Okay. So I was talking about some of the factors. Right? So these are the probable factors on the basis of which the selection of biomaterials can be carried out. So on that basis, basically, we have developed a methodology called graph theory and matrix approach, because graph theory is instrumental in handling the basic understanding about the interrelationship among various attributes or factors or parameters. So suppose I have considered these four parameters like mechanical characteristics, biocompatibility, then you have your tribological characteristics, and then we have something known as the economical aspects. But apart from that, when we say economical aspects or when we say mechanical characteristics, there also comes the role of manufacturability, because whatever you design, whatever material that you are taking into consideration, with what ease you are able to fabricate or manufacture or design that particular material, that is also very important. So manufacturability or producibility or reproducibility of the material, that is also very important. And economical aspects. So no doubt, whatever manufacturing technique or the manufacturing technology that we'll be using, so the role of production or manufacturing will be there. So I have not considered manufacturability as a factor, so it is assumed that manufacturability is already a factor. But these are the four factors. So on the basis of these four factors, we have tried to develop the interrelationship among these attributes. So when we talk about the interrelationships, so what can be interrelationship? Means how one parameter is having a strong influence or a strong relationship with the other, or how one parameter is having moderate relationship or weak relationship, or there may be case in which there may be no relationship. Let us say, if I say in my case, the factors which I have considered, so there may be there may be a scenario in which there do not exist any no relationship. So there may be relationship, it may be strong, it may be moderate but weak. But in that case, in case of biocompatibility or biomaterials, um, uh, it is not that you have no relationship. So whether it is economical, again it is related to biocompatibility. Whether it is tribological, again it is related to biocompatibility. Whether it is mechanical or functional characteristics or performance characteristics or the density or the strength or the stiffness. So I have just given the word mechanical characteristics. So there also, when we are selecting economical aspects, so everywhere they are all linked or interrelated. So that is why I have considered these four. Can any participant tell me any other parameter which may be considered, probably which I may have missed? Any participant? Yes, Dr. Priyanka Gautam. Or,
So good evening,
or
sir.
any participant randomly, yes.
Sir,
Yes, Dr. Pri-
as per my
Dr. Priyanka.
opinion, we should consider the maximum tolerated dose of that particular material which we are using for the preparation of that particular biomaterial. Because at above a concentration, every metal can be toxic to our body. So,
So, there is a test before it is, that is what exactly it is done. There is a test called biomedical test.
yes, sir. You said about the grafting test, no?
Yeah. So there.
So again.
I am not audible.
Now you are audible.
Okay, so there is a
Now
test
you are
based on ISO. There is some series called ISO 900, ISO 10900 series.
9,000.
So there is a test called ISO 10993 biomedical test. So in that, this factor is taken into consideration, because when we are developing interrelationship, we are trying to consider that whatever comes under mechanical characteristics, it is one side. So this basically comes under biocompatibility.
Yes, sir.
This
So
basically comes under, yeah.
my
This
question is, you said about that particular test certified by ISO. My question is, shall we consider the lethal dose before preparation of any kind of biomaterial?
Please can you repeat?
Sir, shall we consider the lethal dose? Like I already said you about the maximum tolerated dose. There is a one concentration that is the lethal dose. That it at that concentration it is safe, and above that concentration it is unsafe. So before fabrication of any kind of biomaterial for implant purpose,
Well,
shall the mechanical engineer consider that particular dose?
Mechanical engineer may not consider. So that is why mechanical engineers are not the not while see this selection of biomaterials or design and development of bio implants. It is a very sensitive. It is a very sensitive activity. Because it is directly related to your human articular system. So it is
Yes.
not that only mechanical engineer will do. So it is generally done by a team of experts.
Please, for example, like as a layman,
Like people from pathology, people from biochemistry, people from your biotechnology, right? Similarly, people from other allied areas. So they carry out a process known as concurrent engineering approach. It means they all sit together, they carry out the brainstorming, and then they try to find a best possible combination. That is what they do.
sir, if a material comes to the market, fine. For example, I'm an orthopedic surgeon. If a material comes to me in my hospital, for example, so is the specific criteria is given with that particular material, like this is the concentration, this is the tolerated dose,
Yes,
all the
I think the whenever the approved materials, that is why in USA you have something known as FDA,
yes, sir.
right?
Sir, what
So
about
that
India?
needs that that is applicable worldwide. That is applicable worldwide. So there is some approval body. There is some approval body. I don't know uh, which body deals here in India. I'm not sure. Actually, I've forgotten. But the thing is, there is some approval body. Once it is approved, then only it is recommended to be used. Otherwise, it is going to be catastrophic. It is going to be catastrophic because it may lead to failure. And
And sir,
failure in case of human articular system, the maximum possible failure can be in terms of death.
yes, sir, I know. So, sir,
है ना?
one more thing is, should a doctor or a concurrent engineer consider the weight of that particular patient where we are
Concurrent
implanting that
concurrent
particular material?
concurrent engineering means a group of people.
Yes, it
There is
is a
there is no
collaborative
engineer.
research work.
There is no engineer called concurrent engineer, but concurrent engineering means a group of people when they discuss, when they carry out negotiations or something like that, they work on some project. That approach is called concurrent engineering. हाँ जी बोलिए what you're saying?
What I mean to say that should a mechanical engineer, should a particular person consider the weight of that particular patient before implanting that particular biomaterial, because people are having different weight, and there's different thing in a biological
Yes,
system,
yes. You
So
see,
should
you see, you see, you see what happens whenever, whether it is a mechanical engineer or any material scientist, I would say, they are basically focusing on the material characteristics. But what are the clinical requirements? What are the biocompatibility issues? That is why a team of designers, mechanical engineer is one who will be having a strong hold in the area of strength, toughness, hardness, stiffness, density, and other corrosion resistance, wear resistance, something like that. So he or she is having that area. But when it comes to biocompatibility or toxicity or something like that, then definitely those who are involved into the clinical procedures or clinical practices, they'll be having a greater role to play. So that is why it really becomes challenging while selecting a material. But definitely every candidate material will have some set of properties. Means what are the permissible limits. uh, then various test reports, means the ecotoxicity and all that. So number of things are there. That is why material selection is very challenging otherwise. But when it comes to biomedical applications or bio application, it becomes very sensitive. It is very sensitive
yes, sir.
because because human lives are involved, right? So should I proceed further?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
ठीक है. Okay. Can you go to next slide, please? Next means previous here. Okay, so these are some set of combinations of materials like metals, ceramics, polymers, then biological derived materials. So they have different pros and cons, right? So I'll just talk about examples like stainless steel, cobalt, chromium, molybdenum, alloy. Then you have your titanium. Then you have titanium, aluminium, and vanadium. Then you have nitinol, then nickel, platinum, tantalum, and so on. So they are generally used in application known as orthopedic or orthodontic or cardiovascular areas, right? Heart. Similarly, when it comes to your ceramics, a good variety of materials are available in ceramics these days. So you have zirconia, you have hydroxyapatite, you have beta tricalcium, you have alumina, then you have your beta tricalcium phosphate, then you have pyrolactic carbon, and so on. And when it comes to your polymers, see the wide range of materials. So you have PMMA, that is polymethyl methyl crylate. Then UHMWPE, I was talking about ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. Then you have PLA, polylactic acid. Then you have PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene. Then you have your nylon. Then you have PCl, that is poly caprolactone. Then you have your polyglycolic acid, PGA, and so on. A lot number of materials are there. So you see, more or less, all these materials are used either in as an orthopedic implant, or maybe orthodontic or cardiovascular, maybe breast implant, or maybe for soft tissues or something like that. So the thing is, the thing is um, you have these type of materials. Now which material you will select, whether you will go for metals, whether you will go for ceramics, whether you go for polymers, or whether you will go for biological derived materials. So these basically include your materials made up of your maybe animal based or something like that, animal tissues or something like that, like bovine pericardium, or maybe porcine or something like that. So they are also used in bioprosthetic heart valves, total artificial heart, and so on. Right. Um, I was just going through internet. Some internet news was there. I think 3 to 4 days. So I think China has now developed artificial kidneys. China has developed artificial kidneys. Maybe 1 week or 10 days back, there was a news on the internet that China has developed some artificial kidneys. So it means, see the level of research people are now doing in the area of biomedical applications or bio implants. So this reflects the growing potential. Now I was talking about the technique, graph theory, and matrix approach. Now how actually this technique works, I have explained that you have something known as interrelationship, degree of interrelationship, right? So on similar lines, what we'll see, if we have to select any particular material and you have a large number of materials available, it may be metals, it may be polymers, it may be ceramics, or it may be bio-inspired materials or something like that, then which material you will select, and how and why you will select, how you will select. So you need to have some logic, you need to have some framework, and that framework is your graph theory and matrix approach. Can you show next slide, please?
Sir, I have a question. Can I ask right now?
Gigi, boliye. Yes, please.
So, like you mentioned that China is making some artificial kidney and these things. Do we consider these kind of things in biomedical engineering or these biomaterials?
See, whatever you see, material is something which everyone is dealing with. Everyone is dealing with, whether it is cooking utensil, or whether it is your medicines, or whether it is your food stuff or anything, or whether it is your hand, anything that you use is made up of material. Do you agree? Anything that we use that is made up of material. Do you agree?
I agree with this point,
Okay.
but I have a only like concern is that can we say these artificial kidney or any kind of the tissue as a biomaterial?
Yes,
Because
yes.
I believe
Yeah.
that they comes under tissue engineering part.
See, whatever field or domain that we do, ma'am, you are a clinical doctor, or you are from which field, ma'am?
So I'm a researcher.
Okay, you are a researcher. Okay. The thing is basically, whether you call it tissue engineering or bioengineering or whatever, basically it is something which involves your material scientist, right? So matlab, it will be it will be it will,
Yes, you are right in this. Like if we have to provide a kind of a scaffold for the regeneration of the tissues, or like if we are in a if we want to design a complete organ, then definitely we have to provide some material that support its growth along with it maintaining the shape also.
uh, if you because you see sometimes it becomes really very difficult to say whose role is greater or who is having a greater contribution. Let us say the forceps or the surgical tools that our surgeons use while carrying out the surgical procedures. So
Yes.
essentially they are designed and developed by engineers, and mechanical engineers have a very greater role to play. But
But they remain tool. They remain tools. Those
yeah.
things
No,
I
no.
think we implant inside the body. There we have the categorization,
Right.
hard material and soft material.
Yes. That is definitely there. But that is why I say concurrent engineering has a very greater role to play, because experts from different field.
Okay.
So we need to have clinical doctors, we need to have people who are into clinical procedures, we need to have people who are good in material science, because those fundamentals. Then similarly we have
This I
to
agree. This I agree.
Mm.
For having a translational product in the market, if we are really addressing any of the issue of the society, we need a team of different persons, different researcher who can address
that
are
is why
specific in their area.
that is why research is nowadays becoming interdisciplinary or
I
cross
agree. I
disciplinary,
agree. I agree with
right?
this. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes.
Interdisciplinary, cross disciplinary. So
Yes, yes.
these are the reasons, because research is, there may be some areas in which people can do research in their independent zones or groups, but in especially in in systems or in situations where your humans are involved, or maybe where your this articular system is involved, then when it comes to the issue of design of implants or something like that, then it is a collaborative research, and in
No, sir,
collaborative.
I totally agree with you, sir.
हाँ.
My concern is different, but I was asking, but that's
जी.
okay. That's okay. That's perfectly fine.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am. Should I proceed further, ma'am?
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Now next, so this is concurrent engineering approach. So it means the designer is in the middle, and he or she has to think about the functional characteristics, means the mechanical characteristics. He or she has to think about the manufacturability aspects. Then he or she has to think about the marketing. So when we say marketing, it means whether it is within the reach of the means patients or not, or what class of people will be using. Because you see, if you, let us say we go for dental implants, so you may have a dental implant made up of hydroxyapatite, which is generally used. You may have a dental implant made up of gold. You may have a dental implant made up of silver, or you may have a dental implant made up of ceramic. So, or any other polycarbonate material, or any other material, right? So it all depends upon the affordability. It all depends upon the choice, right? But when it comes to your cardiovascular or THR or knee replacement, then definitely other factors are also taken into consideration. Operation and maintenance means once they are installed, their longevity, means their life or extended life, then whether they will have the self-lubricating characteristics or not. So many things are there. Then safety, very important, very important. In human articular systems for biomedical applications, safety is very important. And then environment. When we say environment, it is the internal environment. Means its a reaction with the blood, its reaction with the cells, its reaction with the synovial fluid and other forms of fluids and tissues, or with the bones, or with the nerves, or whatever is there in the body. So how they will behave, right? Because basically now they are the foreign elements. They are the foreign elements. So how that foreign element will behave, and then when we say disposability or recyclability or reuse, so it is basically something that generally we use this concept for for the components or the products which we use for outer environment or for other gadgets which we use. But for our internal system, means for our human articular system, here the concept of disposability or recyclability, let us say we have something known as your stent or maybe wall. So how it will behave? So it will automatically go into the generative and degenerative processes, right? So here disposability, recyclability, reuse means like automatically it will go for generation, regeneration, degeneration, regeneration,
Uh,
and so on, right? Okay. Can you go to the next slide?
Excuse me, sir.
Have you got to go to the next slide?
Yes, please.
Dr. Yashwant sir, Dr. Yashwant, please kindly mute yourself, sir.
Dr. Yashwant, please mute yourself. Okay, I think he has muted. Yes. No, yeah, this is general design classification. No, not here. You go आगे चलिए. You go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is the procedure how basic selection is carrying out. Now go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, this is what basically backslide. This is what basically we have applied for a tribo system, just like a bearing. In the same way, we have something known as a human bearing. Human bearing. Have you heard about human bearing? One is a bearing element that we use in our machines, automobiles, and there is something known as a human bearing. Has anybody heard about human bearing? Any participant? Human bearing. Your hip, our hip, the hip of the human body, it behaves like the human bearing. The hip of the human body, it behaves like a bearing. It behaves like a bearing. So for bearing, we generally look for bearing, we generally look for characteristics like material conservation, lifetime lubrication, long lubrication, energy conservation, or environmental preservation, tribo element recycling or declamation. So same applies to your biomaterials. So I have basically tried to explain the concept that how it works. Can you go to the previous slides? Some of the previous slide, one flow chart is there. Back. Maybe third or fourth slide. Back. Go back. Go back.
It is from starting.
Go back. You are on the right track. Go back. Go back. Go back. Okay. Sustainability, I think I'll explain it. Go back. One flow chart is there. Yes. So stepwise procedure for determining biomaterial selection index. So basically what we are doing, we are basically determining or evaluating the biomaterial selection index for every candidate material. It may be polymer, it may be metal, it may be ceramic, it may be bio-inspired material or something like that, or polymer, or maybe any material, right? So the concept is the material having the high biomaterial, having the material having the high biomaterial selection index will be the first priority. So now, how to determine the biomaterial selection index? How to determine? So there is a procedure. So what is the procedure? It starts like this. Identify the different biomaterials design alternatives. Like you have metals, you have ceramics, you have polymers, you have bio-inspired materials, and so on, right? Analyze the functional requirements. It means for what particular application you are going to install that biomaterial, or you're going to use this as an implant in the human articular system. So this is your functional requirement. Consider the first biomaterial design alternative, that is Q is equal to 1, and identify their biomaterial factors. So what are biomaterial factors? Biocompatibility, mechanical characteristics. Then you have your what you call tribological applications or considerations. Then you have economical consideration, and so whatever I have shown there in the initial slide, right? So this is for the first blow, right? Develop the relationship between biotribology factors and decide the degree of interrelationship. This I'll show. If you have seen a graph-like structure, I have not shown graph. I'll show the graph later, because if we will toggling slides like that, you may not come to this slide again, because it is controlled by some other person, right? Okay. So we have to develop the relationship between biotribological factors and decide the degree of relationship. Based on the degree of relationship, you develop the biomaterial structure for the biotribological application. So what is biomaterial selection? Biomaterial structure, that is nothing but your graph or digraph. So the concept of graph or digraph is used in something known as combinatorial mathematics, because it takes into consideration the degree of interrelationship among various design attributes. Then next is compute the value of biomaterial alternative based on biotribological factors. So there is a procedure. So the procedure is we use a concept of matrix, that is uh, we evaluate or we determine the permanent of the matrix. So there's a procedure that I'll show the procedure in the next slides. Then consider the next biomaterial alternative and repeat the same procedure, that is step 2 to 6. Then perform step 7 for all biomaterial alternatives. No. Please be on the previous slide. I think you have changed the slide.
Yes, sir, just I'm going.
G, thank you. So again, step 7, that is you have to consider for all alternatives and provide ranking of different biomaterials. So when we say ranking, ranking is based on the index value, that is biomaterial selection index value, and the material having the highest value of biomaterial selection, biomaterial index, that will be the first preference. Similarly, the one having any value lesser than the top material, that will be second and third and fourth and so on. So the material with the best possible or the highest value of biomaterial selection index, that will be the first preference or choice, right? Anyone who want me to again explain the procedure for biomaterial selection, or should I move further?
Any participants have any questions?
See, if any participant is having any question with respect to the procedure that is adopted for biomaterial selection. Okay, randomly once again I'll explain what we'll do. First of all, we will look into the different set of materials. Number one. Number two, we will go for the functional requirement. That is for what application or for what part. Means for cardiovascular, the requirement may be different. For knee replacement, requirement will be different. For hip replacement, it will be different. For dental implants, it will be different. For orthopedic joint, it will be different. So it varies from requirement to requirement. Then on the basis of the requirement, what we do, you list down all materials, you try to develop the interrelationship among attributes. Then on the basis of interrelationship among attributes, you generate the digraph or the structure, a digraph or the structural graph. Then for that particular digraph or structural graph, you convert into equivalent mathematical matrix. Then you compute the value of the index based on the degree of interrelationships, and ultimately you will carry out this procedure for all the candidate materials. And on the basis of this concept, you will go for the ranking of materials. Now, how ranking is done? The one having the highest value of the index will be the first choice, and the one having the lowest value will be the last choice. So this is how the procedure works. Can you go to the next slide, please? So yes, sustainability is there. I wanted to explain, but it is already there. Why? Why? Because it is something related to environment, society and people. Environment, society, and your economy or profit. So the sustainability concept is already well together taken care of while designing for any biological system or maybe for any engineering system these days. Why? Because concern for environment or concern for life cycle aspects. Okay, go to next slide. Go to next slide. I want to show the digraph. आगे चलिए. Okay, come to previous slide. Previous. Yes. So design consideration and sustainability perspective. So how many number of factors a designer has to consider while designing for any particular application, maybe biotribological application? Functionality, maintenance, reliability, wear, safety, toxic harm rate, toxicity, lubrication effect, environment, weight, technology use, noise, friction, aesthetics, remanufacturability, if possible, strength or stress, volume, then corrosion resistance, longevity, marketability, and so on. So these are some of the factors. So that is why it is not a one man's job. it is not a one designer's job. It is something related to your teamwork. So when we say teamwork, it means you need to involve the culture of concurrent engineering. It means you need to have people from clinical practices. You need to have people from those who are involved into surgical procedures. You need to have people who are material scientists. You need to have people who have manufacturing or production experiences. So you need to have people from marketing and so on, right? So can you go to the next slide? Next, this already we have discussed. Next. चलिए आगे. Next. Keep on. I'll tell you where to stop. Next. Wait. So this is how you develop the interrelationship, and on the basis of that, yes. Yes. So this is how we carry out the sustainability modeling of a tribo element. That is how one factor related to other. What are the various small factors? Those are essential in that, and on the basis of that, you come up with a parameter. Go to the next slide. Yes. So this is a diagram I was talking about. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the factors. In our case now, it will be 4 factors. So it will be 4 by 4 matrix. So it will be a figure of 4 slides. So you will have something like that. Next. Now what these arrow indicate? These arrow indicate that they have a relationship with each other. So this is a matrix representation. That is a mathematical form of that is why 5 by 5. Why? Because there are 5 factors. We have considered 4, so it will be 4 by 4. Next. Yes. So this is how the degree of interrelationship is there. If it is strong, we will give a score value of 0.3. If it is medium, 0.2. If it is weak, 1.1, and similarly no, 0. It is not necessary that you will give the values in this fractions or decimals. You may give value in any number, but in order to reduce subjectivity, a lower scale is considered. Next. Next. Yes. So this is the permanent function in matrix form. That is, when you expand this matrix, it will be something like that. And this is something known as the permanent of a matrix, where all signs of this matrix are positive. That is no same polarity. Same polarity means there is no plus minus. All are plus, because all plus means no information should be lost. It means we are carrying out a comprehensive analysis of every candidate material based on the identified parameters. Next. Yes. Similarly, the LC alternative is better if its LCA1 is higher and vice versa. Yes, the one having the highest index value is the first choice, and based on that you can carry out. Basically, it is for some other example I'm showing here, not for biomaterials, but the concept lies same, right? Because being a mechanical engineer, it becomes very difficult. It becomes very difficult to rank and evaluate the biomaterials unless and until we do not have the complete information or data of materials, as pointed by some of the participants, right? I could see. So I really appreciate. It's next. Yes, this is a procedure. Next. Already explained. This is a procedure in different form. Yes. So I have taken the example of a plain self-lubricating plain bearing. So I had 4 candidate materials: carbon graphite, filled PTFE woven fabric, PTFE bronze overlay. Please do remember, these materials are not to be used as bioimplants. These are for some other application. Not bioimplant, but just to explain the procedure, I have taken this example. Otherwise, I have explained the procedure. So you now move the subsequent slides, because this is how the process works. Yes, mathematics. Yes, first alternative, second alternative, third alternative, fourth alternative. Yes. Next. Yes, you see. Yes, the one having the highest index value. So there you can see 0.477, 0.403, 0.555, and 0.171. As I said, the one having the highest index value is given the ranking 1. Similarly, the one having the least value is given the ranking 4. So there were 4 materials. So ranking is like this. So on the basis of this, the first, that is 0.555, will be the first preference. So it may be your UHMWP, it may be um, cobalt chromium, or it may be vanadium phosphate, or it may be any combination. Means based on the procedure that is applied here. Next. Yes, next. Yes. So think green becomes sustainable. When we say green means, while selecting materials for bio application, you must ensure the concept of green. It means ecotoxicity or biocompatibility or toxic harm rate. So these were some of the things actually I wanted to discuss, because since I'm using it through my phone and I am far away from my place, I am already there for my other event, right? So that is the thing. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for the patient hearing, and I appreciate the some of the questions that were taken by the participants as a part of this session. And now, if some questions are there, I can take some questions and then we can end this session, right?
Sir, you said about the green word, na? So in case of metal, what can be green?
So green doesn't means color, but the thing is
Maybe
the
green
one
means biocompatible, like it is not a harm to
harmful.
environment.
Means it is considered green, it is having least toxic harm rate or ecotoxicity.
But sir, for bioimplants, how we will relate with ecotoxicity? It's toxic to our body because it is inserted in the body. So how we can say ecotoxic?
Yes. In fact, ecotoxicity may not be the right word. Ecotoxicity generally we use for other application, but for bio application, it should be toxic harm rate (THR). So it should be the one having zero toxic harm rate or toxic, or simply you can say biocompatibility.
But sir, the word green, like in case of polymer industry, we say that this is a natural polymer made from the animal skin, chitosan. But in case of metal, it is not possible. So the green word is
So,
good for.
green here basically refers to your biocompatibility basically,
Okay, thank you.
or the toxicity level, the one that is not toxic.
Okay. So, sir, you said about the life cycle assessment, na LCA. So, generally, how we will calculate? Like you have given a number, like based on that number, we will select the material on high rankings. And how we will assess the life cycle of that particular material?
See, life cycle of a material basically, again, this is some different approach. This is some different approach, that how to carry the life cycle assessment, because life cycle assessment is a life to cradle approach. So means a cradle to grave approach. Cradle to grave approach. So when we say cradle to grave approach, means from start to end to decay. So what are the different stages? What is the energy conservation? What is the energy consumption during different stages? So a lot of other parameters, that itself is a different study. That itself is a different study. Again, that deals with the fact that how much is energy consumption, how much is material conservation. So these type of things. But generally, life cycle assessment we carry out for other things. For biomaterials, it may not be done, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Probably people may be doing it. I don't know, because I have not come across any recent paper where LCA of biomaterial has been carried out. But if somebody has done it, probably they might have done it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Is there any other?
Dear participants, any question from your side?
Or Dr. Sidhu, I think, okay, Dr. Sidhu is there.
Yes.
Dr. Sidhu, already I have shared some of my questions in your email. I
Yeah,
have sent
yeah.
you.
I have received it, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity and the patient hearing. And in fact, some of the participants were really very interactive during the session.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate. But since I'm using this from my phone, so I really apologies are there
No,
for
sir,
some
everything is fine, sir.
issues.
Everything is fine. Everything and
Some
understandable, sir.
issues, because I am at Pune right now. Some function is there tomorrow. Some design degree show is there. So I have been invited there.
Okay.
But I made a commitment to Dr. Professor Sagal, so that is why I carried out the session. So thank you very much for the patient hearing, dear participants.
So kind of you, sir. You spared a time for us. So dear participants, final call. If you have any question, then I will also share the email address of Professor Anand. So you can ask the question on email as well. So,
Yes, sir. Good evening. I want to ask one question, sir.
please,
First of all, it was a wonderful session, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, we have learned a lot from your PPTs. And I want to just ask from last slide, that is one participant also asked that green, is it linked to manufacturing process also?
Yes, yes, yes.
Can we say
Yes.
this? If you are using some renewable kind of source to manufacture the material, it can call the green basically.
See, green nowadays something green nowadays basically deals with bio-friendly, eco-friendly.
Okay,
So for bio implants, that eco-friendliness means it's friendliness with the human body inside.
okay,
So there it means green. Otherwise, the most appropriate word is biocompatibility.
okay,
But in general, green means nowadays we encourage people to design and develop materials which are sustainable, which are eco-friendly, which are having minimum or zero. I should not say zero, but minimum toxic harm rate,
okay,
or whose eco-toxicity level should be as minimum as possible.
okay,
Something like that.
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, sir. Thank you. So should I end now?
yes, sir. Actually, a lot of appreciation has been posted by various participants, and
Thank
they are
you.
yeah, they are very thankful to your informative session, sir. And I hope we connect with you in the future as well for this type of program, sir.
Definitely, definitely,
And
definitely.
so thank you, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you. So best wishes to the organizers and the participants also. Best wishes. Best wishes from my end.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. So, dear participants, our next session is going to start at 7:30. P.S. Rao from NITTTR is going to deliver the lecture. So, he will be going at 7:30. Till then, you can take a short break, and we will again join at 7. Dear participants, hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Uh, good e- Dear participants, good evening. I think Professor P. Sudhakar Rao joined us. Uh, please wait.
Yes, sir. Dr. P.S. Rao, sir, has joined us.
So, may I allow to give a small introduction about Professor P.S. Rao?
Hello. Good evening, Dr. P.S. Rao, sir.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
audible.
audible.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, good evening to my dear participants. Thanks for your patience. And I really appreciate the active participants of FDP. Now, we have with us Professor P. Sudhakar Raoji. With this permission, I want to give a brief introduction about P.S. Rao, sir. So, uh, so P.S. Rao did his PhD in mechanical engineering from IIT Indian Institute of Roorkee, MTech in CAD University College of Engineering, Osmania University, Hyderabad, and BTech from Government PDA Engineering College, Gulbarga University, Gulbarga, Karnataka. He is presently working as an associate professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering in NIRR Chandigarh and has worked experience of over 20 years in teaching as a at the level of post level. He has industrial experience of 4 years at Mahindra and Mahindra Limited and Tata Motors Limited. His present work experience comprises imparting training in the latest cutting edge area in the mechanical stream for teachers at engineering colleges, polytechnic, industrial professionals, and teaching ME in mechanical engineering. His research interests include advanced manufacturing, hybrid machining processes, mechanical technology, non-conventional machining, computer-aided and manufacturing, engineering materials, and rapid prototyping, optimization techniques. Professor Rao has guided around 120 master's theses and 3 PhD students. He have Dr. Rao has successfully conducted so many STCs, developed curriculum in mechanical engineering, developed technical instrument material in the form of ICT videos, readers, manuals, and published more than 180 research papers in reputed SCI journals, Scopus Index journals, national and international journals, and conferences. So Dr. Rao has also worked at various administrative levels such as NBA coordinator for the Department for Mechanical Engineering program and a member of various committees of institute. He has also delivered an expert lecture at various engineering college as well as national, international level at Austria, Croatia, etc. He has also worked as a faculty at IPRA College of Technology, Oman, at Higher College of Technology, Muscat, Oman. He has reviewed various research articles, quoted journals, which are indexed in Web of Science, and he has published many international chapters in multiple databases. He is an professor. He's an associate member of the Institute of Engineering and ISTE India, life member of various professional societies. So he has been an active contributor in ICT online education in NITR STCs. So from the behalf of my FDP team, sir, I welcome you in this session, and we are really appreciate your time for us, and we are very grateful with your presence in this and appreciate your that you have spared your time for us. So, sir, may I kindly request to begin your lecture?
Yeah, thank you so much, Saravash Sindhu sir. Thank you very much for short introduction. Can I start, sir, lecture? Okay, I will share the screen. Just 1 minute. Yes. Sir, is that my screen is visible, sir?
Sir, it is clear, sir.
Okay, good morning. Okay. Thank you, sir. I will proceed the presentation. Okay. Good evening, friends. I am Dr. Sudhakar Rao, Associate Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, NSCPT, Chandigarh. And I thank you, the Management Committee, as they invited me to this short-term course lecture on hybrid machining processes for alloys and super alloys. I'll be taking the topic of hybrid machining processes of alloys and super alloys. So in this, I will be covering, you can see, so earlier we were using very big tools for the machining processes. Now we are having micro machining. You can see these are the very micro machining tools we are using, and up to that is 200 micrometers. And compare it to if you go back 100 years back, so we were using very big tools. Now we are using micro machining tools. Now the main focus of my topic in this is the hybrid machining process of alloys, super alloys like titanium, haste alloys, monel material, and all this, how we can manufacture this. So that I will be telling. Okay. So here my introduction lies between this introduction, then advanced machining processes I will take, then hybrid machining processes, and electrochemical honing. So this is one kind of hybrid machining process, which includes electrochemical machining plus honing process. Then future scope also I will take. So let us start with this lecture. And my main objective of this taking the short-term lecture is to share my knowledge and the findings of hybrid machining process of super alloys and very highly resistant alloys, to encourage the research community. They should focus on hybrid machining process and to carry out research in this field to mature the process to make them commercialized. So far we have done so many research projects. So now the main focus of this is hybrid machining process, so that we can develop one process and then go for the machining process. So here machining, if you see what the general conventional machining, it is a subtractive type manufacturing process in which surplus material is removed in the form of chips to import the desired shape. Whatever you go for that, to get the desired shape, we have to remove the excess material, finishing to the final object using suitable cutting tools and using suitable relative motion. You can see here, I am displacing the three, that is turning machine, milling machine, and this drilling machine, 3 are. So first one, if you see the turning machine, the feed motion is like this direction. You can give feed motion, and the workpiece is in this rotation. So that we can remove the excess material. We can get a desired shape as early as possible. The second one is milling. This is the option. So the tool rotation is around the circular direction, and the feed is we are giving this direction. This is the tool actually face milling. So it is moving from X to YZ so that we can remove excess material and we can get the machine surface here. Similarly, drilling, it is tool rotation is vertical side, that is feed direction, and the tool motion will be in the horizontal, that is circular direction. So this is a twist drill doing the drilling operation. This is the workpiece. So normally these are all called conventional machining, which is we are removing the excess material from the workpiece. Okay. So now we are developing the advanced machining processes, and including this conventional as well as the non-conventional machining process. We are going for this hybrid machining processes. That too, why we are using hybrid machining is to machine the super alloys like titanium, tantalum, titanium carbide alloys, and super alloys and haste alloy, all these various, which is tough material, which is not possible by the conventional machining. So we were going machining processes. Now here you can see these are the various applications where we can do the machining process, and where we are developing all the materials, toughened materials. So applications, these are the applications in turbines and the turbine and automobile industries, aviation, automobile industries, aircraft, and various shipbuilding areas. We were using all these hybrid machining processes for in all the sectors like thermal power stations and automobile, aeronautical applications, aircraft applications, shipbuilding, and various mechanical applications. So here the main introduction is, I'll go that the development of advanced technologies, technological industries has been accompanied by the development of very hard, high strength and difficult to machine. So these difficult to machine tools are called as super alloys, haste alloy, and these titanium, tantalum, all this non-ferrous alloys such as stainless steel, super alloys, titanium, composite ceramics. So these materials are very difficult to machine by this conventional machining process. For this purpose, we have to go for this advanced machining processes or hybrid machining processes. So now I'll be discussing this. These materials have high strength to weight ratio and low machinability. That's why the material removal rate is also very less in this case. But the super finishing, that is we have the surface roughness up to the microns and nano level. So producing complicated geometries and maintaining a high dimensional accuracy in such materials become extremely difficult with the conventional machining process. That's why we are going for this non-traditional as well as the hybrid machining processes to machine the very complicated geometries and to get the high dimensional accuracy objects from this. And the fundamental concept of conventional machining is tool should be harder than the workpiece material. As you know, that is, example, if you take the lathe, HSS high-speed steel is used as a cutting tool, and this necessitates the exploration of advanced machining processes. So now the advanced machining AMPs are characterized by high power consumption, low MRR. Here in this, normally the low MRR will be there and high power consumption. So you can choose any like electrochemical machining, electro discharge machining, and ultrasonic machining, water jet machining, laser jet machining, all this you can use. And they are chosen for their technical capabilities to produce extremely complex part and machine uncanny materials. Okay. So here the advanced machining process, just I will highlighting. So we have 4 kind of energies here, that is mechanical energy. By using mechanical energy, we can go for the machining by chemical energy, by electrochemical energy, by thermoelectric energy. So if you see the mechanical energy, the process is driven by the high velocity particles, and the process is called abrasive jet machining, ultrasonic machining. Here this chemical is called corrosive action of agent, that is chemical machining, photochemical machining. All this can be done by using the chemical process. Then electrochemical, that is ion displacement. In this process, we have the ion displacement. The ions will be taking place for the machining, and cations, anions will be formed at respective cathode and anode, so that we can have the chemical reaction. That chemical reaction will remove the excess material from the workpiece, so that you can get a surface roughness up to the nano level or micron level. So the processes are called as electrochemical machining, electrochemical discharge machining. The last part of is thermoelectric. Using the thermoelectric energy, that is we are using for the material removal process, that is the fusion and evaporation process. The process are some include, that is electrode discharge machining, then electron beam machining. Electrode discharge machining, electron beam machining. So normally all these processes we are using for the better finishing and more amount of material removal. Now you can see the list of EMPs. Here I highlighted about the various EMPs. Energy type is, you can see, mechanical energy type and electrochemical energy, chemical for thermoelectric. We discussed by one what is the process, how much material is removed and what is the energy source and what is the surface roughness quality in this. If mechanical, the mechanics of material removal is by erosion process. Normally erosion, then transfer media is high velocity particles we are getting here, and energy source is mechanical or fluid motion. The processes you can include as that is abrasive jet machining, ultrasonic machining. These are the two. If you go for the second type of energy, electrochemical, here as I told you just now, ion displacement is there. We are getting the cations, anions respect to the cathode and anode. Then the ions get displaced, and through this ion chemical reactions, we are getting the removal from the workpiece, and as well as the through electrolyte. We are using some sodium nitrate, sodium chloride, potassium rhodium, potassium chloride. These are the some electrolytes we are using to remove the machining. Then the transfer media, as I told you, that is electrolyte. We are passing the electrolyte through this by ion displacement. We are removing this. Electric current is there and electrolyte. These are the two energy source and transfer media. The process called as electrochemical machining. So the third part is that is chemical machining, that is chemical energy. We are using the corrosive action is there, the reaction, the reactive environment, then corrosive agent. The processes are called as chemical machining and photochemical machining. So in this process, we have the two kind of chemical machining and photochemical machining. So the last part of energy is thermoelectric. In thermoelectric, fusion and vaporization. And here we have five kind of transfer media. If you take the spark erosion, it is called as EDM process. If you take the electrons, that is electron beam process. If you transfer media is radiation, then it is called the laser beam machining. And it is hot gases, it is called as the ion beam machining. Ion stream, it is called as plasma arc machining. You can discuss now one by one the spark erosion, the transfer media spark erosion. We have the electric spark. Due to this electric spark, we can remove the material from the workpiece, and we are using a dielectric as a media in the electrode discharge machining. Then the tool we are using copper or brass and anything tool we are using which is conductive in nature. Then EDM process. Then next one is EBM. Here the high speed electrons are displaying through this. Then we can get the process electron beam machining. The third is powerful radiation, that is laser beam machining. And the fourth one is ionized substances, that is ion beam machining. Then the last one, ionized substance, same thing, that is plasma arc machining. Here the hot gases, here ion stream is forming, and this ion beam machining, this is plasma arc machining. So these are the some list of EMPs I included, which give the brief introduction about the various processes, all these things. So 1 minute just. Okay, I'm audible clearly, sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible now.
Okay, just thank you. So now the comparison, if I go for the comparison, if you take all this comparison here, ultrasonic machining, if you take all the processes, I'm just highlighting here the material removal rate, which is in mm³ per minute, and surface finish in the microns. Okay, these two are very important parameters when you compare the advanced machining processes. So that will be, that is ultrasonic, how much power we are using, what is the corner radius, that I will be discussing. Ultrasonic, 1 minute. Yeah, ultrasonic machining. So we have ultrasonic machining. We have here the amount of material removal rate is 300 mm³ per minute, and surface damage, that is, you can see the surface finish up to 0.2 to 0.5, and power is 2400 watt. That is what 2.4 kilowatts we are using.
Your voice is not coming.
Yeah, 1 minute, sir. Just I will take 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I'm audible?
Sir,
Yeah, okay. So just I had some okay. Process ultrasonic machining. In this, you can see the material removal rate. If you compare this, here 300 mm³ per minute is there, and surface roughness we are getting 0.2 to 0.5 micrometers. But whereas the power is to 2400 watts only. Okay. If you compare similarly for the abrasive jet machining AGM, MRR will be 0.8. Okay. 0.8 here, and the surface roughness up to that finish is 0.5 to 1.2. And similarly, electrochemical machining, we have 1500 mm³ per minute. The more amount of material, more and the more amount of power you are using here. That is 100 kilowatts we are using here. Okay, that is 1 lakh watts means 100 kilowatts we are using. So lot of consumption of power is there in this ECM process. Whereas in the same way we have the 1500 mm³ per minute MRR is there, and surface finish up to 0.1 to 2.5. This is a very good process, you can say. And chemical machining we have 15, and here this 0.4 to 2.5. And EDM process, you can see this also gives good amount of material removal, 800 and 2700 power. And EBM, that is 1.6 MRR, very less MRR in this case. And if you go for the last, that is PAM plasma arc machining, 75,000 mm³ per minute. This is a very good record of material removal in this plasma arc machining. And similarly, we are using 50 kilowatts of power also. That is 50,000 watts. So every process has some different of benefits and debenefits we have, and we have to see the main any process. If you want to make it a very good process, that we have to see the MRR as well as the surface roughness. Okay. Next, hybrid machining process, that is here the concept of HMPs is combining either 2 or more than 2 AMPs or 1 AMP plus 1 conventional machining process. Here you take any 2 advanced machining processes, or you take 1 AMP, 1 conventional machining process. So when to conceptualize and develop an HMPs are to simultaneously exploit the potentials and capabilities of the constituent processes, and to minimize the adverse effects induced when a constituent process is used independently. So these are the main 2 conceptualization methods to develop the HMPs. Now we can see here ECM, electrochemical machining. This is the called ECD phase, where the ions are developing. Then we are developing this. Next is mechanical grinding. This is a non-traditional, this is a traditional process. Mechanical abrasive phase, we are using the abrasives, different kind of abrasives like silicon carbide, aluminum oxide, cubic boron nitride, and diamond. So much different kind of abrasives on the different kind of mesh size we are using. Here through these abrasives and ions, we are having this process, that is electrolyte. We are flowing this electrolyte through this, and the abrasive tool, always the tool is negative, connected to negative, that is cathode, and the positive anode, that is workpiece. Then chemical reaction takes place using this abrasive and this electrolyte. The ions will be forming anions and cations respective to cathode and anode. Okay, then chemical action takes place. You can see the picture here. This is the wheel, that is the mechanical grinding wheel. These are the electrolyte we are floating this, and this abrasive banded grinding wheel. This is the negative tool. This is the positive is connected to the workpiece. Then chemical action takes place. Then we can have the good amount of material removal. This is about the simple hybrid machining process. Now the classification, you can see constituent processes are directly involved in a material removal, that is electrochemical grinding process. Then one process directly removes the material, while the other process only assists by making the machining environment favorable. This is ultrasonic assisted abrasive. Here the main thing is during the abrasive flow machining, we are removing the excess material. The ultrasonic, we are giving assistance to the abrasive flow. So through this ultrasonic assistance, we are getting some amount of material, but the more amount of material removal is removed by abrasive flow machining. Now we can see the list of these are the conventional machining process. And this abrasive flow machining, that AFM, ECM stands for electrochemical machining, and then EDM, electrodischarge machining, laser beam, ultrasonic, ECDG. This is called hybrid, ECDG, electrochemical discharge grinding. ECDM, electrochemical discharge machining. Like differently, we have all this ECF, ECG, electrochemical honing, electrochemical machine, laser assisted. Now we can see here. So the single color shows up at high. This is honing, lapping, and this is 3. And the AFM is abrasive flow machining, which is called this when you are clubbing this AFM and ultrasonic machining, then it is called ultrasonic assisted AFM. When ultrasonic machining is assisted with lapping, then it is called ultrasonic assisted with lapping. Then it is electrochemical machining plus honing. It is called electrochemical honing. So ultrasonic assisted ECM, like differently we have the different kind of processes. So like this we can have. Now we can see the electrochemical discharge machining, ECDM. Here what happens exactly, that is electrochemical dissolution plus electrodischarge erosion. Here normally we are passing the electrolyte through this. Here the electrochemical discharge machining means it is the combination of electrochemical machining, electrodischarge machining. Then it is called electrochemical discharge machining. So here you can see the electrochemical dissolution plus electrodischarge solution. Here, as I told you, that is always the negative tool and the positive workpiece. Here the spark is generated and electrolyte we are flowing through this. This spark is eroded here, then dissolved material. By this spark we can remove the excess material. Then this process is called as a hybrid machining process. So these are the electrochemical discharge machining. They are using for the machining of super alloys like titanium alloys, then haste alloy, then monel material, and various inconel, all these materials. Okay. So next is abrasive electrodischarge grinding. Here electrodischarge grinding, here the grinding is one conventional, and using the abrasives we are removing the material. Electrodischarge grinding, electrodischarge machining plus grinding, then it is called as electrodischarge grinding. So electrodischarge erosion plus mechanical abrasion. Here abrasive bonded grinding wheel, here we can see this is the mechanical abrasive tool, and the spark is generated. The dielectric is there through the EDM process, and always it is negative tool is connected to the negative, and positive is connected to the workpiece. Okay, so negative tool, positive workpiece. Through this spark, through this spark, when the spark is generated through this dielectric, then through this spark we can remove the excess material. So abrasive bonded grinding. Next, electrochemical discharge grinding. Here you can see electrochemical dissolution plus mechanical abrasion plus electrodischarge erosion. So here this is the tool connected to the negative, and the electrolyte is passing. Electrolytic dissolution plus mechanical abrasion is there, then electrodischarge erosion. The three processes are taking place in this, and the next left part is that is abrasive bonded grinding wheel with a metallic bond. The abrasive may be any kind of you can see cubic boron nitride, and then aluminum oxide, silicon carbide, diamond, anything of abrasives we are using. So since those abrasives are tough in nature, and we can remove the excess material for this process. Next. Then ultrasonic assisted lapping. Here, the main thing is lapping is there, ultrasonic assisted, ultrasonic vibration. So here we are giving this gear and pinion arrangement, ultrasonic vibrator is there, abrasive slurry we are using, abrasive slurry. Then here the main thing is ultrasonic vibration plus mechanical abrasion. Both it is called as ultrasonic assisted lapping process. Similarly, ultrasonic assisted electrochemical machining. Here, the main process is electrochemical machining plus ultrasonic assistance. As you know, electrochemical machining, we have the electrolyte, we are using some abrasives, we are using the negative tool and positive workpiece. The horn, this is horn is called as, this is ultrasonic assistance, where we are giving the vibrations to the workpiece, and through these vibrations we can remove the material, as well electrochemical dissolution we can remove the material. So that the whole process, it is called ultrasonic assisted electrochemical machining. So the next ultrasonic assisted electrodischarge machining. Here only the process is EDM process is there, then we are giving the ultrasonic assistance to the EDM process. ultrasonic vibrations we are giving. Okay. Then electro discharge generation. Here the same thing, but in this place we are having the dielectric, whereas we don't have the electrolyte here, dielectric, and the negative tool, positive workpiece. Through this horn, this is through this ultrasonic process, we are giving the vibrations to the workpiece, and the spark is generated through this dielectric. And using this spark and ultrasonic vibrations, we can remove the excess material from the workpiece, and we can develop the hybrid machining process for particular all the super alloys and the very mature. Then laser assisted electrochemical machining. Here, the laser assisted means electrochemical machining process is there. We are assisting the laser applications to the electrochemical machining. That's why it is called laser assisted electrochemical machining. So laser ablation, electrochemical dissolution. Then you can see here, this is the laser beam you are applying on the workpiece, and the laser assisted photons are appearing here. Through this photon, this negative tool, this is the positive work is connected. Insulation takes place through these photons. Whatever we are getting from the laser, the photons are generated, and the laser beam and photons, we can remove the material. That's why it is called laser assisted electrochemical machining. The main application of laser is to remove the excess material from the workpiece. Okay, that is called laser assisted. The next, then the highlights, now I can see that after going all these slides, the main difference between the AMPs and conventional machining. Now we could able to discuss the AMPs as well as the conventional machining. Definition and classification of hybrid machining process. Necessity of hybrid machining process, then different hybrid machining processes. These are about the highlights. Now we switch over to the other, this one main thing. Now electrochemical honing. This is the one main hybrid machining process I am explaining. I want to explain for the super alloys. So here that is electrochemical honing, that is ECH. It is called as the electrochemical honing. Then we have ECM plus mechanical honing. So when the process electrochemical honing is combined, means it is ECM as well as the mechanical honing. So next we have the ECM. You can see the benefits: faster material removal. Then next that is stress-free surface. Then the third one is good surface finish we are getting. And in mechanical honing, we have the controlled generation of surface and distinct across hatch by lay pattern and residual stress induced surface, ability to correct macro geometrical errors. So next it is, you can see electrochemical machining, an advanced machining process based on Faraday's law. The whole process electrochemical machining is by the Faraday's laws only, that is of electrolysis and reverse process of electroplating. So in this we have the power supply, DC power supply, and the negative tool is connected to the negative side and workpiece is connected to the positive. Then electrolyte we are flowing on this, and we are maintaining some inter-electrode gap, that is called the gap between the tool as well as the workpiece, so that we can maintain IEG up to the microns level, so that we can remove the material by the tool as well as the this electrolyte. Then it is called electrochemical machining. Then what are the chemical reaction takes place? You can see. So the first, the dissolution reactions of iron and sodium chloride aqua solution produce hydrogen gas at cathode and dissolution of iron from anode. Now you can see the dissolution of NaCl water solution provides H2O is converted into H plus OHN minus, sodium chloride is converted into sodium plus chlorine ions. The anions, that is OH and Cl minus, moves towards the anode, which are anions which are in negative charge, which complete towards the anode, and cations which are positive, that is H plus and sodium plus charges, which moves towards the cathode, so that we can have the reaction between the anode and cathode, negative and positive. Then anode reaction, you can see the Fe changes to Fe plus plus by releasing 2 electrons here. You can see Fe, it is releasing Fe plus 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 2 electrons it is releasing at anode. If you see the cathode reaction involves the generation of hydrogen gas and hot hydroxyl. You can see the H2O plus 2 electrons are generating, then H2 and 2OH. H2 gas is forming, and hydroxyl, that is OH minus ions, are also forming. So these are the two chemical reactions, particularly at anode and the cathode reactions. Now the final outcome, you can see the Fe, that is iron, precipitates out as a FeOH2. Fe plus 2H2O, then it gives FeOH2 and plus hydrogen gas. So this is the final outcome of the so H2O plus sodium chloride. We are getting the final iron hydroxide and H2 gas. Now we can see the electrochemical machining. That is ECM. Electrolyte removes dissolution products, metal hydroxides, heat, gas bubbles generated in IEG gap. The ECM can produce complex cavities in high strength materials, and this produces burr-free surfaces. There is no direct contact between the tool as well as the workpiece, which results in no tool wear. Since there is no gap between the, no direct contact between the tool and workpiece, because we are maintaining the inter-electrode gap between these two areas, that's why there is no tool wear, there is no any removal. Then material is removed in atomic scale, which produces good surface finish. Because since the electrolyte is flowing in that, we have good amount of removal of material process and good surface finish we are getting. And the various industrial techniques have been developed on the basis of ECM principle. Examples you can see: electrochemical drilling. Again, these are the hybrid processes: electrochemical drilling and electrolytic jet drilling, shape tube electrolyte machining, shape wood, all these other that we can discuss next. That is, you can see electrochemical drilling. You can see the figure here. So which is having the electrolyte supply, and the workpiece is connected to the positive and negative tool, and the tool feed direction will be vertical direction, and we have some side gap, and the tool land, it reaches up to the central stroke totally. Then it is called electrochemical drilling. Then if you see the second figure, electrochemical jet drilling, you can see the nozzle. We are giving the electrolyte jet through this nozzle. We are supplying the electrolyte jet, which is connected to the negative side, and the anodic workpiece, which is connected to the positive. Here you can see outlet spray. We are generating some of the discharges here, so that will remove the material. The third one is electrochemical hole deburring. So which is called as, that is electrolyte we are passing. The tool feed is in direction and electrolyte. And here the non-insulated area where we can see the burr-free surfaces and the insulation, so that we can go for the electrochemical hole deburring. So these are all components. These right side corner, you can see all the various components which is made by the ECM components, all the by processes. Then now we can discuss. ECM is now we studied about the electrochemical machining. Now we are just going for the honing, which is called as a conventional machining. It is a subtractive type manufacturing process in which material is removed by cutting action of bonded abrasive grades. So here we are using so many abrasive tools for the honing process. Then use it to improve the form, dimensional precision, and surface quality of your workpiece under constant surface contact with the tool. And the honing is applied for the precision machining, that is grinding, lapping, all these things. Different honing techniques are commonly used in industries, and these are again classified into there are three main groups. One is longitudinal stroke honing. Second one is short stroke honing. Third one is that is frequently designated as super finishing honing. Okay. These are employed to produce high finished and to correct out of roundness, taper, boring, tool marks, bell mouth, barrel, and axle, where we have all defects in the whole making process that can be corrected. That is, bell mouth can be corrected, barrel shape can be corrected, axle distortion can be corrected, taper can be connected. We can go for the cylindrical, roundness also we can make. Then if you see, we studied about all this. Longitudinal stroke, you can see, is used for connecting rod holes and brake drum cylinder liners. We are using this honing tool. This is the honing tool. And internal cylinder surfaces we are using. So these honing tool, which after going for the rotation as well as reciprocation motion, we can get a good surface finish in the internal cylinders. The second part is short stroke honing. That is called, you can see, it is used for the crankshaft and the rotor shaft. So these are the honing tool we are using, and this is the workpiece, translatory motion. We are going the honing tool. This is the workpiece. By using this honing tool, we are going for the surface finish of the workpiece. Then the third one is gear honing, used it for after grinding in order to create low noise surface patterns on the tooth flanks. Gear honing is used after grinding in order to create. So that you can see this picture. You can see this. Workpiece which is in the same tape, and the honing tool we are using to remove the excess material from the workpiece. The honing tool, which is called as the silicon carbide, as well as the aluminum oxide, cubic boron nitride, whatever it may be, we have this honing tool, and through this workpiece honing tool, the workpiece generator we can get a good surface finish in the workpiece. So now it is called as the electrochemical honing. So when we can see the various benefits, what are the electrochemical honing, combining a faster material removal capability of ECM and the functional surface generating capability of conventional honing. The first step. The second one is ECH employed to produce precision finishing and improved surface integrity. And the process is 5 to 10 times faster than the conventional honing and 4 times faster than the grinding. These are the research aspects we can say. The process is 5 to 10 times faster than the removal, and honing and 4 times faster than the grinding. You can see it can be clearly telling about the various processes. Then it can provide surface finish up to 0.05 micrometers. Then ECH principle generally used for either finishing of internal cylinder surfaces, ECH of cylinders, ECH of gears. So these are the setup. Firstly, we developed in IIT Roorkee ECH of cylinders, that is internal cylinders and external cylinders, and ECH of gears, various gears like spur gears, bevel gears, herringbone gears, helical gears. We have produced these all the things. Then now we can see the process principle. So the in ECH, workpiece is used as anode, tool is used as cathode, and a DC potential is applied across them. The main supply between this anode and cathode is given by the DC potential. The cathodic honing tool with a non-conducting spring controlled abrasive bonded honing sticks, that is protruding radially outward, having rows of small holes to produce electrolyte supply directly to the inner electrode gap. That is the crucial thing in this is inter-electrode gap. So the material is removed by the ECM action. So normally the more amount of material is removed by the ECM action, and 20% is removed by the that is honing process due to ECM action and generation of oxygen during the electrolyte dissolution. A thin insulated metal oxide of microfilm produces on the workpiece, protecting the surface from further EC dissolution. Then simultaneously rotated and reciprocated abrasive bonded honing sticks scrub insulating film and accelerate the process. So these are some process principle. Now you can see the experimental setup. It consists of 4 major sub-elements, that is power supply system, first one. The second one is electrolyte supply system. Third, two-line motion system. Fourth one is machining chamber and fixtures. You can see here, this is the whole picture about this. Here, this is the tool which is connected to cathode, and the positive workpiece, it is connected to the anode. A DC power supply is given to the cathode as well as the anode. And here the tool is rotating as well as the reciprocating. It is having the vertical motion as well as the circular motion. And we are passing the electrolyte through this chamber, heat exchanger. Through this reservoir, the electrolyte we are passing here. Again, whatever that is using, again it come back to this here through this filter pump. Again, it is going to the reservoir. There is no wastage of electrolyte as such in that case. And here you can see these are the tool. The hash line shows about these are the honing, abrasive bonded honing stones, which are silicon carbide. By using this honing as well as the electrolyte, we can remove the material. So this is the fixture made for this tool. So this is actually experimental setup. And you can see the ECH, ECM, that is ECD phase, ions are displacing. Here honing, mechanical abrasive phase, abrasives. Here abrasive tool, and this is the negative workpiece, electrolyte is passing. You can see step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We can see the surface roughness, how it is improving step by step. You can see the first one, electrolyte. So higher peak values are there, And here you also you can see the passivation layer is there through this electrolyte. High peaks are forming. If you go to the third one, here also some peaks are there. At fourth step, we have the uniform surface roughness. Here we are getting the accurate surface roughness up to the nano level. Sometimes it is micro level and sometimes nano level. So depending on the how much you are going for the machining, what kind of tool we are using, what kind of abrasives are you using, all these things. Then it's a cylinder setup. This is about the gear. Now you can see the cylinder setup. Here we are having, this is the tool. Tool is connected with the honing stones, these honing sticks. So the conductive, these are in conducting nature honing sticks, and the workpiece is connected to the positive. Rotating and distributing honing tool is connected to the negative. This is the electrolyte process, and these are the circle shows where we are the electrolyte is entering into the workpiece through the honing as well as the electrolyte process. We can remove the material. Now next is usage of gas. So this is about the usage of cylinders I told you. Now usage of gas. Gas are vital element, as you know, this is mechanical industries, to transmit power and motion efficiently and economically. As on today, we are all, in all the industries, we are using major number of using element is called gas. If when you go for the mechanical industries, automobile industries, and electrical, electronic, any you want to run any this industry, the gas are playing very important role, and they are economically they are using in these industries. Next, annually 2 to 3 billion gears are consumed worldwide, with turnover running into several billion euros. 70% gear manufacturer expect gear sales volume to increase in 2014. Until now, we have so much this one. Gear teeth surface should be smooth and error-free for smooth and noiseless power motion transmission. So then the discontinuous of gear teeth profile encourage chances of fatigue failure and reduce service life. So gears running at high speed subjected to additional dynamic forces due to discontinuities of teeth profile, all you can see. The errors related to gear teeth profile can be reduced significantly by the various gear machining processes that we'll be discussing. The conventional gear machining process, you know, that is gear grinding, gear shaving, gear honing, gear lapping. There are so conventional gear machining. Now we are using electrochemical honing of gear process. These are costly and time consuming and have material hardness action. These shortcomings necessitate the exploration of alternative gear finishing processes, ECH. So through the conventional gear machining, it is hard to remove the material and it is time consuming process, and we have to go for the very bulk lots for the manufacturing. Here we go, these shortcomings necessitates this ECH of gears. And initiated by first studies in ECH of gears initiated by the Capello and Bortoglio in 1979. Then later, the fundamental concept of material removal is the same, but tooling system differs ECH of gears from ECH of cylinders. Here we have made some kind of different kind of tools for the cylinders as well as the gears. Three types of gears, that is working piece gear, cathode gear, and honing gear are used to maintain a tooling system. And if you go for the next subsequent slide, we can show the various workpiece gear, how it can be finished using the cathode gear and honing gear that you can see. The combined effect of ECM and honing improves surface quality of gear teeth profile, along with the improvement in the tribological aspects also. These tribological aspects also very good in nature, that we can go for this ECM and honing process. Now you can see the picture. This is the process principle. This is the actually honing gear, and which is central axis. And this is the workpiece gear which is to be machined, and you should get a good amount of material removed from this piece. And the electrolyte we are passing here, and this is the cathode gear. And the interrelation between cathode gear, workpiece gear, we are passing the electrolyte, and this is honing gear. The insulation taking place here, interelectrode gap, conducting one, insulating. So this is the main process principle of ECH of gears. Now you can see the ECH of gears process parameters. There are four kind of related parameters. That is power supply related parameters are there, electrolyte supply related, workpiece related, and honing related. You can see the power supply. You can see the electric current is the main parameter. Pulse on time is the main parameter. Pulse of time, duty cycle, that is called dual cycle, voltage. These are the main parameters. for the power supply. Electrolyte supply, we have the electrolyte composition. So what kind of, how much composition we are using, 10% or 20%, 50%, 100%, like sodium chloride, sodium nitrate, potassium bromide, potassium chloride, all this. Then concentration, how much concentration? So concentration of sodium chloride, how much? And if you are going for the mixed electrolytes like sodium chloride, sodium nitrate, how much sodium chloride, 10% or 90% of sodium nitrate, or 20% of sodium chloride, 80% of sodium nitrate, all this. And electrolyte pressure also, it is a main parameter. Pressure, electrolyte temperature, then electrolyte flow rate. And these are the various beautiful parameters where we can study and give a conclusion for how much it is effective for the process, conductivity, then pH, that is. And if we go for the workpiece related, we have the size of the workpiece, what is the size of workpiece, and what is the pH of the workpiece, and electrolyte and mechanical properties of workpiece. Workpiece, if you take, normally we are concentrating the workpieces like super alloys like titanium, and we can go for the inconel, incolay, monel material, hastolite, waste poly, zirconium, this kind of tough materials we have to machine. So the honing related parameters are what type of abrasive we are using. The abrasive means whether you are using silicon carbide or cubic boron nitride, aluminum oxide, and diamond, all this. And what is the abrasive particle size? What is the mesh size of abrasives? Whether you are going for the 100 mesh size, 200 mesh size, 500 mesh size, 1000 mesh size. So that's also very important. And rotating and reciprocating speed of the honing tool. So what the rotational speed as well as the reciprocation speed also affects the ECH process of gears. So these are the, I mean to say that these are the main parameters: power supply related, electrolyte related, workpiece related, honing related. Then what is the output? If you are making these input parameters, what output parameters you are studying here? That is ECH performance characteristics, surface integrity. You can see the microstructure and micro hardness. The microstructure you can see using the scanning electron microscopy, and then scanning electron microscopy and TEM. And the micro hardness, you can go for the micro hardness measurement, and macro geometry, that is gear teeth profile and teeth thickness, how much teeth thickness and teeth profile. Micro geometry called as percentage improvement in surface roughness, that is RA, RQ, RZ, percentage improvement. BR is called a percentage improvement in bearing ratio. Okay. So if you see the roughness, sometimes PA, RA is called as the average roughness, RQ is called the peak value roughness, and RZ is called root mean square roughness. So we have different kind of geometry for this. And the process capability is main thing, MRR as well as the surface roughness. What output you want to see is that what is the MRR removal match maximum, what is your contribution towards the surface roughness of the particular material. So now you can see ECH of gas experimental setup, you can see. So here it is a tool that is connected to negative. It is again operated by stepper motor, and the control unit is connected to stepper motor. Through stepper motor, we can lift this tool this up and down and rotational. And we have this bevel gear mechanism here. So as the gears are rotating here, we are moving towards upper side and lower side rotational. Then we are giving the power supply system, and the negative is connecting to the tool, positive is connected to the workpiece gear, and the DC motor controller is there. And here you can see this is the workpiece gear which has to be machined, and here two honing gears are there too. One is copper gear is conductive in nature, so that's why we are using copper gear and two honing gears. Then assembly this, then workpiece gear can be machined here, and the gap between this workpiece gear and copper gear, we should have some inter-electrode gap, that is called as a IEG. And this is the main very important in this ECH process. And through this rack and pinion movement, we are moving this towards this Y direction. So this is the setup made, and this through this we can remove this whole the chamber is connected in this mechanical machining chamber, where the electrolyte is passing this in this, and the electrolyte is through this electrolyte, and then through this copper gear we are removing the material. Okay. Now if you have the experimental setup, we can see this is the actually schematic diagram, power supply, honing tool, and the carbon bush slip ring assembly, and we are having this IAG gap between this tool and the workpiece, and the electrolyte is supplied here, tooling system. The whole system, it is called as a machining chamber. Here this tool motion system, and which is controlled by the speed controller. Okay. Here the electrolyte settling tank here is, this is storage tank, and this is the first stage filter. After that it goes to the storage tank. Again through this pump it is going to the controlling valve. Through the pressure gauge we can measure the electrolyte pressure. Through the flow meter we can see the electrolyte flow pressure. Second stage controller, again it is forwarding on this tool workpiece. So the whole process is called as the electrochemical honing of gear. The power supply system and workpiece related system, honing related system, and electrolyte system related. So all we can see in this, we can see that. Now, so this is the actual setup we developed in IT Roorkee. This is the whole machining chamber. So where we can have, this is the tool, and this is the workpiece is there, and you can see these are the bevel gears are there. We are having machining chamber. This is the pulse power supply we are giving, electrolyte supply, This is the power drains and pressure gauge. We can measure the pressure gauge. We can see the flow meter. We can flow control valve, electrolyte supply pump through this pump generated. And here this is speed controller, electrochemical machining, then pulse electrochemical. Electrochemical is a standard version. If you are using the pulses in place of current, it is called pulse electrochemical machining. Then electrolyting settling tank is there. Whatever the controller we are using, we are settling tank. And the first stage magnetic separate cum mechanic filter, electro storage tank. This is the whole setup is called as the electrochemical honing of gas experimental setup. So you can see the near 3D figures of this. You can see this is the spur gear, this is the workpiece gear, and this is the cathode gear, and this is the honing gear, sir. The first honing gear, second honing gear, and we have the some internal electrode gap between these two. And this through rack and pinion, we are just moving the left side, right side of the pot. And this is the bracket which is controlled in this machine chamber. And you can see here the electrochemical machining chamber. So this is the workpiece. Okay, this is workpiece. This is Teflon body made. This is cathode gear, honing gear, and the whole system. You can see how this is the, you can see this is copper tool, and the upper one, lower one is called your this is honing gears, and this is your workpiece gear where we have to remove the material. Okay, these are the arrangement made by the process. Then these are the bevel gears, machine chamber bevel gears. Here again, this is the your workpiece gear, and these two are this honing gear. This is cathode gear, and this is work gear. This should be machined here by using this honing and cathode gear. So it is connected to the cathode gear axle. It is connected to the honing gear axle, and this machining whole machining chamber is kept in this bakelite. Okay, bakelite blocks. So through this more linear movement, we can remove the material. So this is about the bevel gears, and these are the spur gears. So these are also spur gears. Okay, so three kind of. You can see the usage of gears in unfinished profile, and this after the machining you can see the abraded, ECM'd. So these all what is the burr surface finish now that has been removed by using the electrochemical honing process. So these are the burrs formation during the machining, that burr has been removed by the electrochemical honing process. So you can see the 3D figure of this using the reverse engineering. You can see the 3D pictorial view of this gear. And you can see the roughness. It is initially, before machining, it is 6.08 micrometers. And RQ is 7.7. This is average surfaceness. This is peak value. This is root mean square value of RA, 56.56 micrometers. So you can see how much. Now you can see 359 nanometers it is reduced. So the machining you can see from, you can see previous 6.6 micrometer is converted into 359 nanometers. Matlab 359, 0.35 microns. So 359 nanometers. So it is reduced. Matlab how it is reduced? 600 to 359. Okay. You can see the before research in 500 magnification. If you see the gears finishing, so there are some burr formation there. There are some unmachined surfaces there. It is up to 500x SEM image. This is 1000x SEM image. So this is before machining. You can see the after machining how it is. So you can see the very good surface finish here. So the burrs are removed and we have the very good amount of surface good removal, and we have the better surface. You can see the same figure. It is after the machining ECH. We have the 500x figure. This is 1000x same figure. You can see the how beautifully we are making the surface roughness very clear under this process. Advantages, now you can see these are the some advantages. Increases material removal rate, particularly on hard materials, and burr free action. Improves accuracy and threefold increase in the abrasive efficiency. And the tool never comes in contact of workpiece, so no tool wear, because we have inter-electrode gap between these two inter-electrode gap. That's why there is no workpiece tool wear actually. Then no spark is produced, and the temperature generated is low, which does not cause metallurgical changes in the workpiece. So as well as you are working on this non-traditional machining process, there is no change in the micro hardness. So there is no change in when you are machining also. There is no hardness changes. Effect is there. No spark is does not cause this metallurgical aspects any problem in this. And the low, that is less pressure required between work surface and the abrasive stones. And it is a faster and higher material removal rate, which reduced hone wear. It is about 10 times of that for conventional honing, and about 4 times of that of internal grinding. So if you compare the grinding as well as the honing process, it is a faster and higher material removal rate with reduced hone. It is about 10 times of that conventional honing and about 4 times so faster than the internal grinding process. Now we can see the workpiece must be conductive in nature. This is the very first primary parameter. The workpiece must be conductive. Second is huge amount of energy is consumed. Okay. Limitation. ECH is more costly than the conventional type because of its electrical and fluid handling of ECH tooling, and longer setup time compared with conventional honing makes the process more economical for longer production and the job conditions. So if you use this kind of electrochemical honing, we can compare with the conventional honing and we can improve the process. It is more economical also, a more economical, longer production runs, and the tool room and job shop conditions also we can go for this. Then blind holes are not easily handled as through holes. However, with blind holes, sidebar parallelism and diametric accuracy are facilitated if the undercut is machined below the pond area. You can see the application also. You can see ECH, the most of the material is removed by the ECM. As I told you, about the 80% of the material is removed by the ECM action. The process keeps the workpiece cool, free of heat, distortion, and produces burr-free and stress-free surfaces. Oh, as this is a conventional and this is a hybrid machining or the non-traditional machining process, the main target of the processes will be the stress-free surfaces and burr-free surfaces. Then rotating and reciprocating honing motion correct shape deviations of cylindrical and workpieces such as the circularity and cylindricity. We can go for the better complication of and cylindricity. Taper also, when we have the taper shape products, barrel shape, all can be machined, axial distortion and boring tool marks. All whatever the geometric irregularities are there, geometric irregularities that can be improved by using the ECH process. The main aim of this ECH just for the cylinders are, main thing is you can correct the circularity and you can correct the cylindricity, we can correct it, and taperness, bell mouth hole, barrel shape, everything can be corrected. Then ECH has no material hardness limiting factor as like as the material in electrical conductivity. Since we have the material is electrically conductive in nature, electrochemical honing process has hardness. There is no limitation in hardness. Whatever the hardness before the machining process is there, after the machining also is the same thing. There is no change in the hardness. Though examples are cast steels, high alloyed steels, you go with the carbide tools, titanium alloys, super alloys, incolay, Inconel, stainless steels, Inconel, and West poly, Monel material are typical list of materials processed by ECH. These are all super alloys and super alloys can be made using the ECH process. Increases the life cycle of the critical then transmission gears, like we can go for the spur gear, bevel gear, herringbone gear, helical gears, carbide bushings, which are using for the pistols, AK-47 pistol carbine bushings, and sleeves, rollers, petrochemical reactors, molds, and barrels, which are in cylindrical shapes that can also be machined. Then pressure vessels, all these things. Other applications, the ECH has a wide application area, including automobile areas. If you can see automobile application, that is automobile, then avionic applications, helicopter, in petrochemical, aerospace applications, power generation, machine tool, and fluid power industries, we are using this process. And the ECHF gears has huge potential to correct the gear teeth profile. Even not only for the cylinders, we have the gear teeth profile errors also for different types of gears that can be corrected by using this ECH process while providing precision finishing to the process. Future scope, you can see in most of the research work, surface quality improvement of ECH object has been discussed here. And the ECH object like the cylinders and internal, external, and gears. Further study could consider wear test also. We can go for this and fatigue test for electrochemical horn cylinders and gears to study how the process affects the tribological properties. We can see the efficiency of the product, how we can improve the material removal, how we can improve the surface roughness for not only these gears as well as the cylinders. We can go for other components like. And during experimental runs, workpiece remain in the contact of corrosive environment of salt, that is sodium chloride solution, and it may deteriorate the surface quality. So that's why, therefore, the corrosion effect of electrolyte solution on finished workpiece may be included in the future scope of research. So nobody has worked on this corrosion effect of the electrolyte process. Since we are using the electrolyte sodium chloride, sodium nitrate, so the corrosion effect takes place in that. So that study also can be studied, further study. And as we studied ultrasonic assisted and magnetic assisted processes, we can go for the future scope. Magnetic field has been integrated with several processes such as electrochemical grinding, abrasive flow machining, ultrasonic machining to obtain better outcome. The performance of magnetically assisted ECH may be explored. So far we have just gone for this traditional electrochemical honing process. We can assist magnetic particle also, magnetic assisted ECH, ultrasonic assisted ECH also. We can make the fabrication that, and we can improve the efficiency of the tool by using the ultrasonic assisted tool as the magnetic assisted tool. And to achieve a real-time interaction with the user to provide online process control, elaborate simulation of the ECH process may be undertaken. We can go for the finite element simulation of this process. In addition, three-dimensional analysis of the ECH process using finite element method, finite difference method may help in obtaining better understanding of the process. So we can go for the 3D modeling simulation of the ECH tool. We can go for the finite element modeling, finite element method, and finite differential methods, so that we can find out the stress distribution, strain, and what is the deflection, we can study exact the mechanical properties of the ECH component. So the main message of the electrochemical honing is a electrochemical based hybrid machining process to machine the various super alloys like titanium, Inconel, Incole, Waste poly, Monel material. So it is capable to provide micro nano level finishing to the cylindrical surfaces and various gears. It requires comprehensive study of commercialization in industries. So we can go for the small fabrication of these processes, so that we can go for the patenting and go for the commercialization in industries, this process. So these are some references I used for this presentation. So these are the some references which are exclusively used for the electrochemical machining as well as the electrochemical honing. My aim to deliver the talk on machining hybrid machining process of super alloys. So thank you so much. Hello, I am audible, sir.
Yes, sir. You
Yeah.
are audible, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. So just I
It
finished
was a
my
wonderful
talk, sir, now.
presentation from.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is okay. The questions from the audience side, so that I can discuss.
I'm
Hello,
requesting
sir.
to participants.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm Rajiv.
Hello.
Can you speak?
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Please, sir. Audible.
Sir,
You're audible.
your talk is very impressive, and I am very fortunate to hear your talk. And your voice is just like a Bollywood hero. And my sir, so my question is, sir, my
Tell
question
me,
is
sir.
that could you please tell me the if I want to machining the micro channel of brass material, which technique is good for that?
Micro, what is the machining? Which is machining component? Which one?
Yeah, I want a technique
Which machine?
to
Which
machine
component you want to
the
machine?
micro channel. Yeah, I want
I'm
to
audible
machine
or
the
not?
micro channel. Yeah, you are audible, sir.
So micro channel, you can go for this micro channel best, sir. You can go for better this traditional laser machining process also. You can go for that. That is the only traditional. It is not a hybrid machining. Only that is traditional process. You can go laser machining and the plasma arc machining process. You can go for that. So in electrochemical problem, it is not that much possible. I think better laser machining, plasma arc machining is possible for that channels.
Sir, researchers, I have read that
Yeah.
they have used the EDM, that is electric discharge machining. Why so?
EDM also you can do, but newer side. If you want to go for any new innovative thing, you can go for those processes. I'm saying EDM is okay. EDM and ECM also you can do. It is not a big issue. But if you want to go for different process, even EDM also you can go, but you can add some magnetic assisted, ultrasonic assisted process so that you can improve. Raju.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. So nice of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Raju ji.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any more question?
Sir, I want to ask one question.
Yeah. Please name your name, sir.
Sir, my name is Sony Slot. Yes, sir, I was passed out from NITR, Chandigarh only.
NITR, Sony Salot. Which batch?
My batch was from 2020, 15 to 17.
I might be taught you subject, I think.
Yes, sir.
MT1, MT2. Yeah. I am not recollecting you actually. Sony Salot. Okay.
Yes,
Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
my
Okay.
question
Fine,
is,
sir.
sir, what is basic parameters on which we decide to choose combination of various processes?
For ECH process, you are telling for any different process?
We have to manufacturing now. We have to choose the removal processes.
Yeah. First, you have to see the removal process, and the target is first material removal process. The second one is your you have to see through your process.
Asking which parameter we have to
You are not
see.
audible clearly to me.
Now audible, sir?
Hello.
I want to know the parameters.
For any
basic
process.
parameters.
Basic parameters for which process you are telling? Which process? So there are so many processes in advanced.
Yes, yes. Dr. Sone, Professor Rao wants to know in which process you are concentrating, ECDM, EDM, or laser. About that you want to roll the parameters for which advanced machining process? Is it EDM or ECDM or laser machining or any other?
Like that.
It
If
is
you
for
define
EDM.
the process, EDM. EDM. Okay. If you want to work on EDM process, if you want to develop any kind of hybrid machining process for the EDM, you can go for abrasive assisted EDM and magnetic assisted EDM, ultrasonic assisted EDM process. Okay. Under that, again, you see the parameters. What is the dielectric you are using? What is the voltage you are using during the EDM process? What is the current you are using? What is the dielectric fluid pressure? How much you are using? These are all the parameters you can vary, and you can vary the each and every parameter. Then you can go for the pilot experimentation. Then you fix the ranges. Current is how much, this much to this much, and voltage this much, and electrolyte this fluid level this much, fluid pressure. You can decide the parameters. Then you go for the optimization. Then once you go for the optimization, you can optimize the parameters whatever you are taken. Like output must be MRR, surface roughness, tool wear rate, micro hardness. All these are the output parameters.
Right, sir.
Okay, so means each and every process, every process is having different kind of parameters, output parameters. I for the ECS, I told you one fishbone diagram here. I told you under that I have told about the power related, tool related, workpiece related, electrolyte related parameters, all these things. That way you can define the parameters and you can go for those study of the parameters and see the effect by using the BBD approach, RSM, that is response surface methodology or Taguchi technique. Under RSM again you go for the BBD approach, CCD, FCD. There are so many DOE techniques, design of experiment techniques. Am I clear?
Right, sir.
Okay. Any question from audience again?
One question I want to know more, sir.
Yeah.
How it is beneficial for processing of biomaterials?
Biomaterials, sir, why not possible it is, you can go for the biomaterial machining also in this. And in that way, you can go for, nowadays we are using, by using 3D, we are developing the 3D biomaterials now, this biomedical application. ECM process.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I hope if there is no question, I'm very thankful to the organizers for giving me this opportunity to share this my research area, electrochemical process, which is just now developed last 2 to 3 years, this up to nearly 5 years. First, initially it is developed in IIT Roorkee. Now in IIT Indore also the same work is going. And anybody interested in working in this area, you can just in NITR also I am developing this setup here in TTR Chandigarh. So you can visit IIT Roorkee, IIT Indore, IIT in this NITR Chandigarh to see the facility and the things. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. It was a very informative session.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. P.S. Raoji. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So I will share my PPT later through your email ID, sir, to you later.
Yes, sir. So nice of you. I will pass it on to the delegates WhatsApp group also.
So that it is useful for them. Thank you so much, Segal Saab.
Thank
Thank
on
you.
behalf of on behalf of Sardar Bhajan Singh State University, Department of Mechanical Engineering, and University Institute of Engineering and Technology, Punjab University, Chandigarh. I would like to thank our esteemed resource person, Dr. P.S. Rao from NITTTR Chandigarh for giving us his valuable time and very nice and informative presentation. And hopefully all the delegates will be benefited. And tomorrow is the last day of this FDP. The valedictory session will be held in the evening hours. And tomorrow we will start early rather. We will, instead of 6 p.m. tomorrow the schedule is at 2 p.m. So everybody kindly note that tomorrow we will start the session at 2 p.m. and we will wind up the valedictory session by 8:30 p.m. Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we are also thankful on behalf of the organizing team, my co-coordinator, Dr. Sarabjit Singh Sidhu from SSBST, Sardar Byan Singh State University, Gurdaspur, and on behalf of PU, I would also like to thank all the delegates also, and my special thanks to Sony Slot also. He has been playing a wonderful role in downloading the videos every day and preparing the YouTube links. He is actually the workforce, the main person behind scheduling the meeting and this preparing the YouTube links. The credit goes to him. Even regarding the attendance sheet preparation also, he has helped me a lot in this work. And moreover, regarding the advertisement and other things also, he has played a very critical role, very important role. Thank you, everyone. See you all tomorrow. I'm going to close the recording now.